All right, Shalom, Shalom, Kol Halo Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Yahweh is the true name of God in the Hebrew tongue. Bahashem means the name of, and Yahushai is the true name of the Son of the Most High, and Rakakodash is the Holy Spirit. And double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. We're the true Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. Let me just make sure this is recording. We're the true Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And Israel is scattered across the four corners of the earth, so you may not look like the typical Israelite, but if this word resonates with you, you are indeed an Israelite. So I'm back with another lesson. This lesson is going to be centered around the lines of how, we're going to be once elevated again. Us as the Israelites, we fell from our godlike state, and now, we're just at the very bottom, man. All the other nations, they don't even respect us. When we tell people that we're the Israelites, they scorn, they scoff. The Bible's not real. But real soon, the Lord, he's going to elevate his people. And this lesson was inspired by this video that I was watching. I'll put the link in the description. Okay, the elder brother was going in on how, the X-Men and all of these different movies are inspired by Israel. For an example, King David, how he fought tens of thousands of men. When we watch these movies with these superheroes, Superman, Kal-El, all of these are inspired by the scriptures. All of these are who we descend from. That's why it's very important for people to know, or for our people to know, that we're the Israelites. So, once again, this lesson is going to be centered around how we're going to be we're about to be elevated once again. So I'll play this video and get scriptures out. Let me play this video.
Ancestry. I'm going to go into our ancestry from the Adamites and how long our ancestors lived. Okay, we had an ancestor that lived 669 years. That's God's. Okay, and plus what's about to transpire real soon from this coming economic collapse, this famine, martial law, to where the X-Men gonna be back into the corner, and the Most High is gonna choose the elect out of the Israelites to get down, man. Gonna give us supernatural capabilities like the X-Men, all right, to get down. And it's gonna be something that you never seen in your life. Yes.
That's all I had recorded. Once again, I'll put the link of this video in the description, but this is a really good scripture to link in with this. So I'm going to just, verse 36 is the point. I'm going to read verse 35. So John chapter 18, verse 35, it reads, Pilate answered, Am I a Jew? Thine own nation and the chief priests have delivered thee unto me. What hast thou done? So this is what Pilate was saying to the Lord, Yahushai. And Yahushai answered, My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. See, the reason why they done all the things that they done to the Lord, they crucified him, spat on his face, put a crown of thorns on his head, because it wasn't time for the Lord to, reveal his power, even though, he was doing spiritual power, but it wasn't time for him to fight. He had to endure the suffering. Okay, the disciples, John the Baptist, getting his head chopped off, Apostle Peter getting nailed to the cross upside down. All of these hell that our people have been catching, it's because it was never our time to rule. But as the brother was going into, the Lord, this is the time where the Lord is going to turn his men up. And I'll get that scripture, the fishers turn into hunters. Now is the time, man. This is why this is a very exciting time. The scripture says, righteous men desire to see the things which ye see and have not seen them. We're in them times now, man.
Gonna be back into the corner, and the Most High is gonna choose the elect out of the Israelites to get down, man. Gonna give us supernatural capabilities like the X-Men, all right, to get down. And it's gonna be something that you never seen in your life. Yes.
And people think it's a game, that sounds like out of a movie, which it does sound like out of a movie, but it's going to be real life, man. The Lord parted, the Red Sea, okay? The prophet Elijah called fire down from the heavens. Oh, Slakia, the Gulf of Suez, not the Red Sea. Elijah called fire down, okay? The men of old have had spiritual power, and that's coming back. First of all, we already have spiritual power. The fact that we can tap into the spirit and understand the truth about the Bible. The Lord is already giving his men spiritual power. it starts off with this word, but let me read Jeremiah chapter 16, going into power and being elevated once more. So Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14 reads, "Therefore, behold, the days come, okay, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that it shall be no more said, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north." Okay, going into America ultimately. But Israel is scattered across all four corners of the earth. But our main place of captivity in this modern time was America, because the ancient was Egypt. That's why the scriptures is saying no more Egypt. But now this time it's going to be the Lord delivering us from the land of the north. Okay, and it says, "And from all lands whither he had driven them," you see, because we're all scattered. And it continues, "And I'll bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers." Now, verse 16 is the point to link in with what the brother was going into. So now verse 16 reads, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, okay, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and they shall fish them." And that's the process that's happening right now. Me making videos right now, I was fished. Okay, fisherman was fishing and I was hooked. And then, that's how the process goes. You eventually become a fisherman. You fish for men, they get hooked. That's what that precept is going into, persuading men or revealing the truth unto men, and then them ultimately getting hooked, them becoming believers. That's them fishers, okay, fishing for fish. But then the scripture continues, it says, "And after I will send for many hunters." As the brother was going into, I'll play that part again. Hunters.
Israelites to get down, man. Gonna be back into the corner, and the Most High is gonna choose the elect out of the Israelites to get down, man. Gonna give us supernatural capabilities like the X-Men, all right, to get down. And it's gonna be something that you never seen in your life. Yes.
Yeah, and it sounds crazy, but remember, we brought that precept out when the Lord said, if this was my kingdom, my men would fight. Okay, Yahushua also even said, you don't think I can call down legions from the heavens? Because it wasn't time, but now it's time, man. Now it's time. Okay, you know what? Before I read this precept, let me get this precept that I got queued up. It's just straight to the point. Okay, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18. It reads, "But the saints, which is the elect of the Most High, shall take the kingdom." Okay, it wasn't time to take the kingdom during the Romans, during the Greeks, during the Babylonians, during the Egyptians. But now it's the time where we're going to take the kingdom, okay? "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." Now is the time. And that links in with this precept. I will read it again. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16. "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and they shall fish them." Okay, fishing the elect. "And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and from out of the holes of the rocks." And them hunters are going into the elect with spiritual power, and we're going to hunt down these elites. Okay, when it says them hiding in the holes of the rocks, that's talking about them bunkers that they have, doomsday bunkers, mountains, hills. We going to get them from all these places, and the scriptures is saying this. Okay, I had another precept. Okay, yeah, I wanted to get this one out as well, Deuteronomy 28, because we're going to receive this power, but right now we're at a lower state. The Lord is raising us back up. And the reason why we was at this lower state is because the Lord placed this curse upon us. Because really, we were supposed to be gods, but we went off. And because we went off, this precept was fulfilled. Deuteronomy 28, chapter 13. It reads, "And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall make the head." In fact, you know what? It's supposed to be, he'll make thee the tail. Okay, the stranger. See, the stranger, this is a good precept, because the stranger is Esau, man. "The stranger that is within thee shall get up." Salakia. It's not Esau. I believe it's the other nations. Salakia, I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment board. Please correct me. So verse 43, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee." So that has to be talking about Esau, because right now Esau is the one that lends. He's the one that controls these banks, So it reads, "He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail." Okay, us as Israelites, we are the tail, and our enemies, which are the Edomites, they're their heads. Okay, right now they somewhat have godlike powers. They do these 7 different heart transplants and all of this transhumanism stuff. But that's alternative. See, we're going to have the real, true spiritual power, man. We're no longer going to be the tail. We're going to be the head once more. So, you know, I can conclude this lesson here. I'll just play this part one more time.
Ancestry. I'm going to go into our ancestry from the Adamites and how long our ancestors lived. Okay? We had an ancestor that lived 669 years. That's God's. Okay? And plus, what's about to transpire real soon from this coming economic collapse, this famine, martial law, to where the X-Men gonna be back into the corner, and the Mosai is gonna choose the elect out of the Israelites to get down, man. Gonna give us supernatural capabilities like the X-Men, all right, to get down. And it's gonna be something that you never seen in your life. Yes.
Yeah, and this is real, okay? It's not no fairy tale. This is real. And we're very excited for this. We just can't wait. Okay, you know, the patience and the faith of the saints. We just waiting, man. So, you know, with that, I'm going to end this lesson off, and I hope it was an edifying lesson. Call Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Shalom.